Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. Really grateful to have you here, and this is going to be just a quick and fun video of 10 fragrances that I have been craving to reach for as the back to school weather descends upon us here at the end of summer. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've got this list. These are 10 fragrances that I have just been reaching for and sniffing the atomizers because the air around me has been evoking that type of interest and craving, I guess, for these scent profiles. I want to say very transitional between summer and autumn, just like that very brisk first cold breeze that comes in at the changing of the school season, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to get off in no particular order with number one in the list, at least in chronological order here. This is Havana from Aramis. This is discontinued, goes around 60 or 70 on eBay and Mercari right now. I say still worth that price. You have to like old school fragrances though, because it does have a little bit of a scratchy oak moss feel to it. But beautiful green tobacco, semi-sweet. I like to liken this to somewhat of a big red chewing gum with a very bitter greenness to it. Personally, I love it, and I think it is great in the high heat and in sunshine as well. Just have to go easy on the trigger, as is the case with most of the Aramis fragrances. I've tried New West and 900, and this is by far my favorite out of all of those three that I've gotten my nose on from Aramis so far. So definitely check this one out. And you know, if I haven't got my nose on it, but there is a vintage version of this as well that I hear that is even better. That's in a blue cylindrical bottle. So Aramis Havana, one that I've really been craving lately. Another one I've been wearing a lot lately and reaching for just because I love the scent profile so much, and it is very well received by people around me. Good compliment pour. This is Dior Sport 2021. Basically Dior's version of a Terre d'Hermes, nice powdery, woody, iso-y super with a little bit of an orange type fruitiness at the top. Really nice airy aldehydic aspect to this. You know, this is sort of like if you remove the earthiness from Terre d'Hermes and gave it an airy quality, that's somewhat what you get here. Even though there's no orange note listed, I think it's lemon and elemi resin. It comes off as orange, but a very sweet orange, not rindy or anything like that. Excellent composition from Dior. And if I had to go between the Sport and the 2020 original, I would have to go with the Sport because it's just slightly more versatile, but they're both worth owning, I think. Okay, so next one here. This one I think is probably the most craved that most craved fragrance out of this list that I've been reaching for and sniffing lately. I haven't got a chance to wear it, but I'm gonna do that here soon because I plan to do a full review. This is Dolce&Gabbana's The One Eau de Toilette. So this one is basically a classic. You can find it at the rack stores still for right around 50 bucks, I want to say. Really nice ginger tobacco and almost like an Aunt Jemima syrupy type sweetness with some beautiful woods as well. Very masculine and charming, I think, are two good adjectives that come to mind with this one. But really nice. The ginger spice plays very well in this end of the summertime, and I get a really good projection off of this when the heat mingles with it on my skin. So yeah, Dolce&Gabbana's The One Eau de Toilette. Really looking forward to wearing this one this autumn, and just have been longing to smell it as often as I can. Okay, another one. This is a recent one to the collection, but I've wanted to wear it every day this week, but I haven't yet just because I'm having such a large collection to give all my fragrances some chances to be worn. But this is Creed's Viking. So this is kind of like a cleaned up Old Spice, and it has a really nice sort of gentlemanly barbershop vibe to it as well. There's some geranium, pink pepper, and mint in here. I think some lavender, sandalwood. Just a really classy, a little bit sharp, almost pepperminty kind of vibe over the top of a barbershop base. It is a little bit more old school or mature leaning, but I absolutely adore this scent profile. I don't get the greatest longevity out of it, but we'll see if it macerates at all. But I am just very glad to have this one in the collection, and I was lucky enough to get a plastic cap one. Supposedly those are better than the metal caps. So Creed Viking, another great one for this sort of first autumn breeze descending in on these last days of August. Alright, in that same vein, Versace Eros Flame. This is one that, for me personally, on my skin, the aromatic herbal qualities really pump a lot more than the sweet vanilla, which is why I enjoy this one, because the original EDT I just find way too sweet. The Parfum dials things way down, for me at least. Again, the aromatic qualities in that one tend to pop out a little bit more. The mint, more so than the vanilla with the Parfum version. Same thing with this one, just the beautiful rosemary in here. That herbal coolness in conjunction with the geranium, I think, just is something that, again, I have been grabbing for and sniffing the atomizer consistently, because it is just such a pleasurable experience. I think this one is discontinued too, so keep an eye out for it at discounters, but I think testers come with a cap, and you can usually find those for like under $50, so definitely scoop this on up while you can, or at least try it out. This is Versace Eros Flame. Alright, blue fragrances. These transitional periods of the year in terms of weather are ideal for me for blue fragrances, and this, another new one to the collection, but something I've also been considering wearing every single day since I've gotten it. This is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. So it's still been a bit warm, I think, for ideal temperatures to wear this. This is definitely a lot more rich and creamy sort of blue fragrance. I'm definitely going to be getting some wears out of this as the leaves start to change color, for sure. But this is just so signature scent worthy. I've wanted to wear it. I actually have been wearing it every day, if I consider like just stuff that I put on my wrist or on my forearm to kind of catch a sniff here and there. This is absolutely delectable, and I actually got mine on Joma Shop with the discount. Yeah, it was discounted on Joma Shop, and then I got a coupon code where I brought this down to like getting it for like $150, and that was like a few weeks ago. So hopefully Joma Shop doesn't go the way of Notino and get sued by Chanel, but yeah, I was luckily able to scoop this up for $150. I know they're going for like $190 almost directly from Chanel. I still think it's worth that price, but really grateful to get a good deal on it. Okay, again, in the vein of blue fragrances, this is Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir EDP. So it still has enough of that musky freshness that makes me want to wear it here. It's still technically in the summertime, and that just beautiful, sexy cardamom and woody qualities that this has. Such a unique fragrance. I mean, it is similar to Cartier Declaration, so it's not unique in the sense that this DNA has been around for a little while, but the way that the musk is amped up, it's got like such a soft, like pillowy sort of quality to it. It's just so delectable, delightful, mass appealing, compliment getting, versatile, and perfect for this sort of back to school weather that I've got going on where I'm at the moment. So this is definitely one worth owning, and these are pretty affordable too. I think you can get like the 50 mLs or even testers of these for right around $50 if you catch a good deal going on. So this one for sure should be on your radar. Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir EDP. Definitely have been sniffing that one a lot. Okay, I think we've got three more. Junoon Oud. This is probably the most talked about fragrance on my channel this month of August. It is a Bulgari Tiger clone with a patchouli and Brazilian rosewood notes added that kind of adds a depth, a smoothness, a richness, a polished quality to it, and a little bit of an earthy, chocolatey style sweetness from the patchouli in here. Really beautiful stuff, and also affordable. You can get this on Joma Shop for like $50 right now. So for sure, have been, like I said, mentioning it a lot. I definitely recommend getting your nose on this one, and I prefer it over Black Panther from Alexandria. Okay, B612 from Nishane. So I actually haven't had a full wearing of this one yet. I've worn it around the house in the mornings on my wrist before bed, but have been reaching for and sniffing the atomizer quite a lot. Definitely an acquired taste kind of fragrance. It smells like very medicinally clean wood. There's a cool briskness from the cypress in here. You do get a gentlemanly lavender. I've seen this be mentioned as being like a barbershop fragrance online, but it's not really either shaving cream or barbasol in scent profile really, despite the lavender in here. It's got this almost smoky aspect to it, but it's hyper clean despite being like smoky. Very unique fragrance, definitely an acquired taste because it is so medicinal, but it's very much my taste and something that I have been craving a lot and looking forward to wearing probably mostly in October through November, but I'm sure I'll get quite a bit in this September. Beautiful bottle and presentation here as well. I think only comes in the 50 ml for these bottles, so don't be surprised if you can't find the 100 ml. And then I think we have one fragrance left. This is Jubilation 25 from Amouage. So got a pretty good dent in there. I've worn it quite a bit. I've heard that the vintage version of this, where the Jubilation here was engraved on the collar, that was a lot more dense and rich of a fragrance, that this one is almost like an eau de cologne of the original. That eau de cologne quality, I think for me at least, I've never smelled the vintage, but this lighter version is great for this time of the year, ending August, moving into September. For me, I think this plays extremely well in the sunshine. This fragrance itself evokes the imagery of those sort of beams of sunlight that you can see amidst like the motes of dust that are coming in through a window as the sun's setting and the sky is turning yellowish gold, and you're just like inside in an autumn day, and it's like it's a little cold inside, and the warmth of that sun ray is just warming your soul. That's somewhat of what this fragrance does for me. It also has a general accord of like a charcuterie board during Thanksgiving. You know, you've got like honey and candied treats. I'm trying to think, like berries, like honey and berries. There's like a savory element in here, like crackers and cheese almost. Beautiful composition by Bertrand Duchefort. Really gonna try to hunt down a vintage bottle eventually, because this is definitely backup bottle worthy, but a perfect fragrance for this sort of transitional period moving into the autumn, the back to school season, and something that I've been sniffing the atomizer a lot of. So those were just 10 fragrances that were in my collection that I've been actually craving and wanting to wear, because sometimes I won't put those on and will wear something else because I'm trying to think like how to phrase this. Like I'm testing things out, you know, so I would rather be wearing Jubilation 25, but I've got, you know, something else that I'm trying to put on to check its longevity or something like that. So these are just the ones that in particular these past like week or so have really been calling to me. So let me know in the comment section down below if there are any fragrances that have been calling to you as of late, what your favorite transitional fragrances for the fall and like the summer to fall back to school period of time are. And as always, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.